Good morning and welcome to the craft room. I'm Ellie Barnes. This morning I'm going to show you a different type of product Stampin' Up has brought out. It's called the A Little Bit Festive Mix and Match Designer Series paper. It enables you to do a variety of different things with the paper. So you can make cards and you can do scrapbooking, and I'm going to show you a bit of both today. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make 8 cards using just one of the sheets of paper and also the little pictures, images that they have in it. And then I'm going to show you what I've created with the rest of the paper to show you how versatile this pack is and to show you how much you can get out of it. So hopefully you'll enjoy having a look at all this, and we'll be able to inspire you to keep creating. But before we go any further, let's make sure I am jumping on live in the right spot, because I'd hate to be going live somewhere different. Looks like we're fine, so that's good. So let's get going and have a look at the paper and what comes in the pack, and then we'll start making some cards with it. But as I said, this will give you an opportunity to do a variety of things with this pack. So I'm going to turn you down to the desk, and as you know, I'm pretty ordinary at this computer stuff. So there's the ceiling. Let's get to the desk. There's the desk. I think we've got it almost right. I have to try and get this to sit. Sit. It doesn't want to today. Doesn't that annoy me? It annoys me, because now I've got a bit of the stand showing. You know, if I actually loosen, if I go like that, isn't this funny? Today it's just, there we go, we've got it. We're not going to fiddle. I can get a bit more of the desk in, and less the front of the desk and less of the back would be better. You know what? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to take a little bit of something and shove it there to make it sit. Take a dimensional. That's what I'm going to do. Dimensional isn't big enough. I need 2. There you go. That's a bit straighter. We'll get this in. Now we can get going. So this is the paper. You can see I've already jumped in and used a bit of this sheet because I just love this sheet. Isn't it funny how certain paper you like? And we actually use this in class. But on the back is red. Then you get a green sheet of trees, very modern looking. And on the back again is a red, it's a star design in a circle. Then we have this blue sheet. And on the back is a gingham pattern in navy, Night of Navy. And this is the sheet we're going to use today. So we'll pop this aside. And then we get all these wonderful images. And we're going to use these today too. So we're going to pop, I'm going to pop a sheet of paper, one of these that we're not using, underneath, because they all start to drop down. So there's that sheet. And we will, I need to grab another, I'll grab the bag it came out of, this sheet of images. So, and as we go through it, we'll have a look at all these images. But we've got lots of things. We've got several wreaths, presents, Christmas trees, candy canes, stockings, gingerbread. So we'll go through it as we use them. And then we get, lastly, but never least, this sheet of paper. And so here we've got one long strip and 6 card fronts. And I will show you also what we can do with those. But that will be after we make our first lot of cards. So we'll pop those pieces that we're not going to use straight away to the side over here. And this is the piece we're going to start with. Now, because I'm going to show you 8 cards today, I'm going to make 8 cards using this paper. Probably, and there will be paper left over on this sheet, from this sheet, but I wanted to show you what you could do. I've done a lot of prep work for each card. So, and so each one I'll be bringing out, you'll see, I've actually cut the card and I've embossed the base and I've tied the bows, because then we can get onto the card. So we'll pull these pieces aside, ready to use. And I'll start cutting. I'm going to cut for each card as we go. So we'll start with cutting a 10 centimetre strip. In fact, we'll cut two 10 centimetre strips because we will need that. Actually, I can't because I need to cut two this way first. We're going to leave that for a minute. I'll change my mind. I'm just going to do them as I planned. So we're going to cut 5.5, and that's what I'm going to use for this first little card. So we'll pop that out of the road and bring our pieces in. And out of our pages, now, which pieces am I going to use? I'm going to use this piece. And off this page, I'm going to use this piece here. So by the end of the day, we will have used quite a lot of our pieces up. So we have all these little pieces, and we're just going to glue this together. The words for all my cards come out of, now this is how I store it. It's the Joyful Sayings ephemera pack, and I store them in the Stampin' Up cases because they fit perfectly, and you end up with, like I have, bits out, bits still in, and quite a mess. So this is a great way of storing them. So that's where all these words have come from. So the first thing I'm doing on this card is I'm going to glue my gingham paper to the top. When I first saw the blue gingham paper, I thought, oh, blue gingham and Christmas. But it actually works really, really well. And I actually quite liked the look. It was that, before we put that on, we're going to put some tape, some ribbon on. I actually liked the look it gave us. Tear and tape. Where did I throw that? Over here. So hopefully I can get these cards done quickly enough. So we put a little bit of tear and tape there. And a little bit on the other side. So this is just at the bottom of where the gingham paper finishes. So the paper's there, I'm putting it there. Now, I'm going to just shove my rubbish to one side today because I'm trying to make these 8 cards reasonably quick. You don't want to sit with me all day while we do this. So there's my ribbon attached, and I'll just glue that on there. Oops. I'm going to have to bring these things closer, aren't I? Oh, off the card. There's a big blob there. We'll just shove that into the centre. Now, let's get the card up the right way. We've all done that before. Put the image on upside down. And we've got that. Now, I've started a new sheet of dimensionals so we get an idea of how many we use. So the first thing I'm going to do is put 3 on the back of this one. Just so it sits up nicely. Let's get take a pick. Oh, that went flying. And we'll put this up here, like so. And we'll pop 3 on the back of this. And I'm going to pop it here. And we need a few on this one. Ooh. And you know me, I like to use quite a few dimensionals because I don't like cards that sag. So we'll pop, I think we'll get away with 4 on this. Now, what I did discover when I was doing this, I'll grab the snips. I needed to get that up a bit higher because of that little short one there. So I needed to snip a bit off this one. And we're just going to tuck them in under there, and I'm going to pop that one under the bow. And that needs a bit more. We'll just cut a little bit off both. So yes, I have prepared these cards earlier because I wanted to be able to do this quickly to show you how you can get quite a bit out of one pack. I also am going to show you can, instead of putting bling on, I'm just going to do some Winker Stella. Now you may not see this. I'm not doing everything. I'm just going to a few places on the baubles. So that it just highlights some of them. Maybe we'll do the red one and the light green. Oh, we might do all 4 there. And so that just highlights them. I'll leave the berries. And then I've got my little, I've already got a glue dot on the back of it. And I'm just going to pop that on the bow. And that's my first card done. So we'll pop that to the side and I'll get on to the second card. Now, I've got to try and keep myself organised here for you. So this is my second card. Again, I have my pieces that I'm going to use. I don't have one piece. Out of here, I need to get my picture. And which picture am I using on here? I can't see it for looking. Oh, here it is. I want the stockings for this one. So we need to get some Ingham paper, and I'm going to get my cutter. It's already 10 centimetres, so I'm going to cut it at 7.5. So then, this one I'm going to put up the top as well. I'm just going to put it along there. Now I'm not stamping inside the card. You could use, and I haven't even looked, but you could use any one of the greetings stamp sets or any greeting from the stamp sets. I was actually looking at using one of these, thinking of you with warm feelings and wishing you all the merriest, wishing you all the things that warm your heart and lift your spirit. Friends and family are the true gift of Christmas. Or even wishing you and yours peace and joy, or a season of wonder and happiness. Any one of those would fit inside these cards. So It's just a matter of you choosing what you want to stamp inside later on. I'm not doing that today, I'm just showing you the front. So we're actually going to put our stockings on there, but first I think what we will do is glue this to the front because those stockings are just that tad wider. Get the card up the right way. And that just glues on there. Now, again, we're going to put dimensionals on the back here. And I'm going to use 2 on each stocking. Maybe this is a bit overkill, but this is me. And I actually need to use some minis. So there's a strip of minis. So I just put a few minis along here. I find the minis are easier with my pick. One of my rubbish bins is missing. Must have been taken out to be emptied and not brought back. So let's get those off. This pack, if you're looking up to buy it today, it's not available. It's been out of stock, but Stampin' Up has advised that it will be available as of Monday. So I'm hoping, it may take an extra day or two, but I'm hoping this coming week you'll be able to get it and you too can whip off a whole heap of cards fairly quickly. So I'm just popping this on the card at the bottom of the paper with our little stockings. Now we're going to pop a couple of dimensionals on our greeting. And we're going to pop that up here. Now this is always, these thin ones, a little bit more difficult to get on, but this is the fine tip glue. And if you just put a few dots along, doesn't have to be everywhere, you just need a few dots along to hold it down and place it on your card like so. Now I find sometimes you slight movement and that you might have a bit of fine tip glue leak out. I like to just go over it with a wet one and that just picks up any of that leftover glue. Hint on this, this will clog up if you don't deal with it straight away. I always wipe my tip and you've got to put the fine needle back inside there straight away so that that doesn't clog up. We're going to put our little bow on. And we're going to use our Wink of Stella and we're going to put it over the stockings. Just very quickly. Just all this does, and you probably can't see it. You're probably thinking, oh, don't know why she's doing that. Can't see a thing. I'll try and hold this one up. This Wink of Stella's running out, actually. We might end up not Wink of Stelling, but I think that's running out. It just gives a bit of glimmer, particularly, I don't know, can you see on that end stocking there? Maybe, maybe not. It's a bit hard to see, isn't it? But it does give a little bit of a sparkle on the stockings. So card 2, we're now getting there. So let's go to card 3. Get these papers out of the road. We need some more gingham paper. Gingham paper. Now, I'm just looking to see if I'm going to get both pieces out of this. We'll find out next card. I need another 5 centimetres. I don't think we will. No, we're not going to get... We'll have to cut another strip. So we're going to place this time. We've got trees. Now, just so that I didn't tell you, this first one is the fern embossing folder. This one is the, what's it called? Bricks, something bricks, distressed bricks, I think. I'm just leaning over. Exposed bricks, embossing folder. And this one is the painted trees that's come out in the latest catalogue, in the Christmas catalogue. So they're the 3 embossing folders I used for all these cards. So this piece will go here. What pictures are we using? From this page, I'm going to take out the Christmas tree. And from this page, I'm taking the sleigh. So the first thing I'm doing, again, is I'm going to glue this on at the bottom of my trees. I'm going to, again, use ribbon across here. So all these cards have a similar theme. They're all using the gingham. They've got embossing if they've got white bits, on their white bits, I should say, and this gold ribbon, which is a twin pack out of the, I haven't even got that with me. It's a twin pack. We'll get some tear and tape. In the annual catalogue, it comes with a silver the same. So if you go to the ribbon page, you'll see it quite clearly. But either both online and in the catalogue, because it is one of the few twin packs of, well, it is the only twin pack with gold and silver. So we're just going to pop that over the edge of that paper so that gives a nice finish. Then we're going to glue that onto our card. And we have card 3 well on the way. So we're going to put our sleigh here and our tree here in between the other 2 trees. So let's get some dimensionals for that tree. And we'll get one mini one up the top to hold our star up. So our tree's on. Now we'll put the sleigh on. this sleigh's not coming off, is it? Ah, that's me. Now, I'm not going to do the Winker Stella because I think it's run out. Keep going to put that in my little bin and it's gone. I did this last time. We don't need this one. I'll put this one on the back of this one. We probably need these two lowered. Probably just put one there and take this one and put it on the back of this one. Because it's going to sit, I do this occasionally, that'll still work. It's going to sit up on the tree, so it doesn't need... Now, I want it over as far as possible. Keep it straight. That'll do. Oh, it's not straight at all, Ellie. That's better. And then our greeting is going up here. And that's still too far over there. Our Christmas greeting is going there. So there's our next card. Now, I would Winker Stella in here, but that Winker Stella, I'm going to give it a quick go, but I think it's really empty. Oh, no. There it is. Temperamental little thing. So there we go. There's our next one. All done. So let's go to card 4. Card 4 is... Oh, you don't want to show you the card? Card 4, yeah, I don't have any embossed paper because I'm going to use a whole sheet of gingham. So I need to cut another sheet of paper, another strip of 10 by this time 14.3 because that's my whole sheet for that page. And so we're going to pop that there, and this time we're going to use one of these reefs, and I'm going to use this great big one here. So I'll pop that back. Let's get this glued on. I don't know how long this is going to take, but we're nearly halfway. Let's get some dimensionals on here. Oh, I can't do it. I did it on that side, but this side I feel, oh, it'll do. Right. We're going to take our reef and just place him on the card in the centre. And I'm going to put 2 more dimensionals in the middle part of my greeting. Pop that. I'm going to bring it down a little bit so it's not perfectly in the centre. And I've got my bow already tied and sitting on a glue dot. And I'm going to pop that up the top here. And then just to give it some sparkle, that one some of these ornaments need a little bit of bling on them, just to make them stand out. Perhaps not all the ornament, but perhaps just part of the ornament. Go down these red bits. And there it is, ready to go. Blinged the lot. So we're four cards down. Let's keep going. Our next card is, again, we're going back onto some embossed paper, and this is the fern one. And I only need a small piece of gingham for this. I'm going to take 5 centimetres. And again, I'm going to place this up the top of my card. Now, what am I going to put on it? Is there something from here? No, it must be on this page. I'm going to use the mistletoe and this beautiful bow. Look at those curly ends. So let's get this happening. Because I'm doing it so fast, I'm leaving the glue, the lid off the glue, so it's protesting. And again, I'm going to, very standard, but it sort of links all the cards together, put that piece there, so a bit more tear and tape at the back. Actually glued it on upside down, but you'd never know. It actually looks quite nice. Fingers got stuck. Go on you go. Doing things in front of people, you always feel like you're all fingers and thumbs, all thumbs. So there you go. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake and you think, oh, it's upside down, I can't use it. It looks just as good. Could go straight though. Good for wiggle room. So let's get the dimensionals, get our images and our words on. Now, I want this to sit like so. So I'm going to use a dimensional here, and before it shifts too far, which it did slightly, I think, I'm going to put another one on each side. Just not only is it going to hold it up, but it's going to hold these two pieces together if I don't hang it out the side. So that they're sitting reasonably where I want them. Let's get some dimensionals up the top of the bow, down the bottom here. Come on, come on, come on. You've got to talk to them sometimes so that they do what you want. And there he goes. He's stuck to my finger. Go back there. And I'm putting this just here. And a couple of dimensionals on the greeting, which says, wish you were here. I haven't told you all the others, have I? This one's wish you were here. And I'm just going to pop that up here. And again, a little bit of Winker Stella on the bow. You could put some bling around. I just thought the embossed paper looked good. These have little bits of gold in them. So I just thought a little bit of Winker Stella on those berries as well. And that's cards done. Now, this card, again, there's no embossing. This is going to be on a full piece of gingham. So I'll take, oh, we had one cut, didn't we? Where did that go? This one. And we'll just cut this at 14.3 again. This is 10 centimetres by 14.3. So it's 0.5 centimetre smaller than the card front. We'll glue that on and then we'll look for the picture. There we go. Now, on this page, take that bit of gingham off, and we're going to use this beautiful picture of poinsettias. And I'm going to place it this way. So let's get that on dimensionals. I might put the cap on here for a minute. Where did I put the dimensionals? Here they are. So we need a few dimensionals on the back here because it's a large piece. And we don't want it to sag in the middle. So we'll go around the edge and we'll put a couple in the middle, and that should hold it. I mean, you could use less than me, but as I say, I don't like saggy cards. Now, we're going to pop that there. Now, before I do any more, I'm going to just put a little bit of Winker Stella over the rose petals, over the poinsettia petals. Might just give this a little squeeze. That's how you get more. If it's not as sparkly as you want, you'll get more out by giving it a gentle squeeze. Don't give it too much of a squeeze because it can come out in globs. And it doesn't look very good when it's a glob. So we're going to pop our bow. Again, it's been put on a glue dot about here. And I'm going to take the mini dimensionals and put a few along the back here. We'll do 4. Get all these pieces out of the road. Now it's going to sit here, but my concern is that that's on one dimensional and that's on one dimensional plus one underneath. So I'm going to put another dimensional on this end so that it's double height. So then it sits flat. And I want this to come down like that. So I'm just going to twist it. That means that's up too high. I need to bring it back down a little bit more. Twist it, and then I want that sitting like so, across like so. And when I twisted it, I don't know if you can see from, I'll try and show you. This ribbon has white in the centre on that side, and this side's just gold. So I wanted the gold to show. So that's that one done. This one, we're now going to change tact a bit. And we're going to do a card sideways. So again, I've used the Painted Trees embossing folder on this. And I'm going to take this long piece. So this is what I've got left over so far. I'm going to take this long piece and I'm going to cut this at 14.3. So this piece will be left over also. So there's my leftover bits of the paper. Now this time I want it to be 3 centimetres. So I'm going to take my trees. This is going to be glued on here. Yes, you did protest because I left the lid off too long, didn't you? Got a bit glugged up. So that's just going along the bottom of my trees there. Now, for this image, or this card, I am going to take the truck. Love the truck. I think he's fun. Bit of a boys' card, this one could be. Or any girls that like their utes and trucks. And I've taken some trees to go with the tree. And I'm going to, oh, there's some glue on the board. Let's get this onto the piece of paper, like so. On the card front, I should say, not piece of paper. On the card front. Actually, that looks a little bit long, that white piece, that navy piece. Can I cut the edge off? Did I make that a millimetre too long? That's better. That looks better. And I want to glue these trees on. I'm actually going to slide it under, I think. Just a little bit of glue just underneath there, like so. And this one, we might put him under. Oh no, we might put him in front. So there's that one. Now we need the dimensionals again. And we're going to put our truck on. He's going to fit, he'll fit right towards the end here. Driving home with his Christmas tree. Now I've got these two to go. Merry Christmas. So we're just going to put some dimensionals, did I? Oh, he just got inside the... But before I put him on, instead of a bow this time, I've just got some ribbon and just turned it round, upside down. And that needs to come across a bit. It's going to go there. And so that's our next card. Okay. For this one, I'm going to put a bit of sparkle on this Christmas tree. And maybe just on the snow on these. So there's our 7th card. We're down to our last card. And again, I'm using the exposed brick embossing folder on this card. And we'll also do this as a landscape card. And this one says holiday wishes. So I've got my card, my ribbon, my embossed piece of paper. My gingham piece is going to be, again, along the bottom. So I will do 4.5 centimetres. So that's going to go like that. So we'll glue that on. So that's glued on there. I'm going to take this piece of ribbon and it's going to go across the top there like it has on the other cards. We've got glue on the table again. So just a little bit on the back. And we're going to take this piece and turn it under like we have before on the other cards. And we'll glue this to the front of the card. So these cards have used embossed paper. Oh, this is a bit shorter. Embossed paper, 2 of the exposed bricks, 2 of the painted trees, and 2 of the ferns. Now, on our exposed bricks, I am going to use anything off this paper. Yes, this piece here. And then if I take this one, oh, I do need this one back. I want the presents off that one. I'll take this little piece of blue paper here, and I'm going to take the teddy bear. So let's get some dimensionals on these 3 pieces and on the words. Oh, Teddy, I really feel you need 2 on your head to hold your head up. Don't want a floppy head teddy bear. I'll pop 2 in here. And our gifts. Oh, 1 more in the middle for good luck. And 2 over here. So let's start putting things together. We'll start with the present. And we're going to pop him just about here. And of course, our teddy bear is going to lean against the present. Oh, come on. Oh, I just ripped our teddy bear. Oh, I think he'll be all right if I just leave him sit nicely. No one will see. Yeah, he looks all right. Our teddy bear's going to sit there. Now, I wanted this to look like it was sort of under the Christmas tree. That's why I've got bricks. Perhaps it's at the fire, near the fireplace. Come on. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. So that's why I've got this piece, and I'm going to put it as high as I can and a little bit over. So we will cut those ends off here. But I'm sort of thinking, I'm hoping people think it's the Christmas tree. And then we'll just put a little bit of glue on the back of this piece and put it here. Yeah, we'll need that. Let's get some of this mess out of the road. We'll take these off and put that here so it says holiday wishes. And if it's on the Christmas tree, it'd sparkle, unless it's a native, like a tree that has pine cones on it already. But there we go, a little bit of bling. And of course our ribbon to match. And I'm tying our ribbon here to say that that is part of the Christmas tree. I might just trim that. That's a little bit long. There we go. That's our 8th card. So there are our cards done. So we might put these this way. See if we can fit them all in. These are the cards we've just made. Now that's using 1 sheet of paper and we still have paper left over. A few bits and pieces. That would make a whole card. That could go on the bottom of a card. Still could go there. There's a whole card there. There's that piece. That would even make a small piece somewhere. So you could still do more cards with it, but I just wanted to show you these 8. And that's what we can do with this, what I did with this set as an indication of what you can do. I also want to show you what you can do with a few of the other things quickly. This sheet here, as I said, can convert to cards. There's 6 card fronts, and that's great for scrapbooking. So let's have a look at the cards I made, the 6 cards, using those. And again, I'm just using words out of the ephemera pack, which was called, where's its name? Joyful Sayings. That's what it's called, Joyful Sayings. And I'm using the images out of the same set, out of the A Little Bit Festive. So again, we have these 6 cards that you can turn these images. If I actually, let me just, if I do this, here's a little trick. So there's the images, and directly below them now is them turned into cards. Very quick and easy. This one's just got, as you can see, the festive paper behind it that I used, the picture and a greeting. This is the exposed brick embossing behind it, and just an image and a greeting. This is some more of the A Little Bit Festive paper, and again, just a greeting on it. This one's on the fern embossed folder, and it's just got a greeting and a couple of stars, 3 stars. Again, on the designer on the paper from the same set, and a couple of images. And again, on exposed bricks with words and an image. So really quick and easy cards that you can make. But you can also make pages, scrapbook pages, and these are what I've made. For this one, I have used some stamped images, but the rest is just out of the pack, with one lot of words from the Joyful Sayings. The rest just has come out of the pack, and I've just cut strips of paper. This is another one. This is done taking the blue colours. Again, I've used a little bit, the Reindeer Memories, which is a stamp set that's designed for scrapbooking and designed to go with the reindeer pack, but it goes perfect with this as well. And I've just used a couple of little images out of the Reindeer Fun stamp set. That's all, just the little bell. So that's that page. And my last scrapbooking page. Now, I did all this. We'll have a look at this one first. This has all been done, that's that piece that was in the centre here, as you can see. And then I've just put some images, other images on, and some places for the photos. And I have used, the words are out of So Very Merry, so that it curled round inside here. And the greenery is just using these 2 stamps. So very quick, simple scrapbook pages put together using the festive pack. I still had a little bit left over, not a great deal, but enough that I could make a couple more cards or do a couple of things. So it's a great, and as for the pages, This was just plain white scrapbook pages that you can get it through Stamping Up. 12 by 12 white pages. Okay, so as for the images and that, everything has come mainly from the pack A Little Bit Festive. It is available coming up this week. So you can do a variety. With here I've got 3 scrapbook pages. I have 6 cards using the images or the card fronts that they have, and I have 8 cards using one of the papers and the images. So there's a heap you can do. I'm going to put these, I can see we're off the bottom of the screen here. So there's a heap you can do with this set, this A Little Bit Festive pack, and I hope it inspires you. So let's come back up to me. Oh yes, we've done it. Oh, just my glasses so it's not falling off. So hopefully that's inspired you to grab the A Little Bit Festive pack and get yourself creating. There's certainly a lot you can do with it. I loved it. Once I started playing, I couldn't stop, as you can see, but I did want to show you all the things you could come up with. So I'm going to head off now. I've got lots to do to prepare. We've got our big Christmas stamping event here tomorrow, and I've got to get things all organised and finish up with the surprises that they're going to have. So I hope you have a good week, and I will catch you next week and bring you something else a little bit different. Enjoy your week. Take care. Bye-bye.